Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, once again, welcome to episode 25, right? Episode 25 of Mission to Mastery, the UPWA Dennis Tan edition. For those that's watching me for the first time, I'd like to warmly welcome you. For those that have been following me for the last 3 weeks, or rather the last 24 episodes, a big warm welcome back. And for those that have been watching me and following the content that I've shared, if this is something that is serving you, value adding to you, to your community, to your friends, please do not hesitate to click on the share button below and spread the good news, spread the good information. So once again, thank you. And yes, let's begin. Firstly, I'd like to say a very, again, acknowledgement to all of you audience who are watching this right now. I believe you're watching this for a reason. Could be a distraction, could be on social media, could be some lifestyle, could be something, but something leads you to here. And the reason why you're here, I believe, and I like to believe, that is for a bigger purpose. And hopefully this is a stepping stone for you to get ahead of whatever that you're doing. So yes, I'm talking about Unleash Your Power Within Tony Robbins program, and I'm doing this because I believe in what Tony Robbins is teaching. I believe in this man's mission. I believe in his vision. I believe in his, his strategies. I believe in his teaching, his methodology, because I'm a living example of it. And his teaching has helped me to become a better person, right? I'm still in the process of becoming a better me. It's always another level. There's always another level. There's no perfection. So, it's about being excellent and being the best I can be every single moment of my life. And the intention of me doing this Mission to Mastery for the next, 1.5 weeks is to bring you, across the line to join this Unleash Your Power, program virtually, so that you get to learn from this great guy, this great teacher that I highly recommend you to learn from. So that's my intention. Yes, I'm going to lead you. I'm going to influence you. I'm going to empower you. I'm going to sell to you, because I know this is something where it will help you. I believe so. And if it doesn't help you, you know what? It's money back guarantee. So there's nothing for you to lose. So click on the link, missiontomastery.com. My teammate will be typing out. If you want to skip this part, you can go in and watch on the link and get to understand more about Tony Robbins program. Day 1 to Day 4, what you'll be learning, what will we cover, and what will you be expecting for this program. So just put it out there. It's on the October 22nd to 25th in UK, London timing. 22nd to 25th. It's happening in 2 weeks' time, my friend. So the breakthrough is so near. So do not hesitate. Take massive action today. So yes, yesterday I was talking about, because it's still so, it's not, okay, I just completed my Unleash Your Power Within virtual 2 weeks ago, for the first time. And yes, it's still fresh. And the reason why it's still fresh is not because it just ended. So 2 weeks ago, by now, honestly speaking, by now, probably, the retainment of what I have learned, right, could have reduced by 50%, could have. So how do I keep the momentum? Is to continue to revise, right? It's to continue to write notes, it's continue to look through, because it's not just one time, but it's conditioning your mind to go through every single theory, every single information that Tony has given me. If you're, somebody who has gotten any degree, you don't just study one time and achieve a pass or achieve a distinction in your result. You're going to continue immerse yourself to study, so that you can get the information that's required for your brain, for your body, for your heart to internalize the information, and you put it out there and take massive action. So I've been diligently revising, because I'm blessed that I have this period of available time that I can invest in myself to continue to grow and learn. So when I dissect, when I look at every single question carefully, properly, and re-listen to some of the audio tapes and books that I bought from Tony, it just became so alive. And honestly, it's so practical, right? It's so obvious, and it's really information that is something that we already know. And the only reason why somebody like myself or people who don't take action in the past, me, is because of procrastination. It's because of habitual of emotion, feeling, a habit that we have. I have conditioned myself so strong that I'm wired. When I'm wired, it's very hard to reverse that. So the key thing is to break that pattern. Is to break that pattern and create a new pattern, create a new meaning, put in a new slot, a new CD, so to speak, right? So that this thing can keep running and going, and a pattern that is workable, just like the CD. If you scratch a CD, 100% you cannot listen to any songs that come up from the CD. But if the CD is smooth, you will keep going and you will keep repeating. You will keep mastering. So repetition is a mother of all skill. If you want to master a skill, which I talked about yesterday, the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment, that's two master skills that you must learn. And when you learn that skill, man, whatever that you want to achieve become possible. So that comes down to what I want to share today, which is the three questions that anyone must ask, anyone should ask, anyone can ask. So, I talk about, where am I? Pardon me for a second. I'm writing quite a lot of notes and reviewing where my notes are. Yes, I'm talking about the element of practical psychology. So yeah, I was talking to my teammate, just for this. She's also a psychology degree holder. I'm a psychology degree holder, major in clinical psychology. And for those that know my story, why I studied psychology, very simple. It's not because of the freaking school, not because of the subject, because I want to study me. The reason why I studied psychology, because I want to study me. And why I want to study me, I was in depression many, many years ago, more than 2 decades ago, 20 years ago, I was in depression. And, when I recall back what had happened to me then, right? It's not funny because I went through quite a lot of pain, but it's like, how did I reach that level of depression where I was smiling, I was happy on the outside, but inside, it was painful. I was depressed, and I couldn't understand that. So of course, over time, things become better. I'm exposed to personal development training, and I get to understand, that's what has happened to me during that. So when I studied psychology, in the theory part, yes, I got a degree, but the practical part is something where it comes alive. So we are all practical psychologists. What do I mean by practical psychology? Meaning to say we are able to diagnose, we are able to justify what's really going on in any situation. In a situation where you have an argument with somebody that you love, in a situation where you have your kids, demanding for your time. It's about understanding their needs. It's about understanding the situation so that you can come up from the space of that engagement and coming from a bird eye point of view and dissect and justify what's going on. So there's three elements of practical psychologies that I like to share with you as what Tony has taught us, which can understand more about human nature, human being. And once we're able to understand the human nature, we can become a better leader. We can become more compassionate, more loving, more sincere, more understanding, and more giving. Challenging, my friend, it's challenging. And the reason why it's challenging, because for me, the fact is, I know this, right? But when I put it into practice, right, I can tell you that's the difficult part. So for those that was with me yesterday, if you are still watching me today, yesterday, yeah, we had a good time. I was sharing the story about me giving a gift to my wife. I gave her a Kindle because she loved it, she wanted it, she got it. And then in the evening, situation happened, right? Some kids was delaying the sleep and stuff like that. So so cut the story, but the emotion that we are experiencing is tension, is stress, is anger, is frustration. So it takes two to quarrel, right? It takes two to argue, it takes two to fight. So when the energy is so high up, right, emotion is so high, the usual habitual me is getting angry, it's being louder, it's being more domineering. Because, yeah, I'm a man, right? I'm bigger than my wife, I'm taller than my wife, I'm stronger than my wife. But somehow I didn't do that. But I just breathe. I step back and I ask myself, okay, what did I just learn from Tony Robbins, right? We talk about being in a beautiful state. My God, my friend, at the moment you tell me beautiful state, I say something you, right? But the fact is, you're tested. The fact is, I'm tested. So if I go heads on and I go heat on, tension happens, fights happens, who will be affected? Children, the kids. So being in that state, I just need to walk out the freaking door and I just take a walk. And I'm out, I took a drive. You know what? When I came back, it was better. It was better. And let me tell you this secret, man. Whenever you're in any situation with your wife or with your girlfriend, somebody that you love, please do not solve any problem. Okay, whatever your wife, somebody that you love is facing any challenge, right? Please do not solve any problem for them. You don't need to. You just need to hold that space and listen to them and let them verbal diarrhea out whatever information, whatever emotion they are feeling here and let it out. You just need to contain the freaking fertilizer. We call it shit, but the fertilizer to neutralize it. After that, your wife, your girlfriend, whoever will love you even more. You will be tested. And I was freaking tested. My friend, I just give her a gift in the afternoon. In the evening, we get into a fight. I was like, wow. Yeah. So that happens. Beautiful state. So it's very important, right? To understand what's going on. If you're able to understand that, you're able to dissect, I tell you, life will never be the same. Life will never be the same. So there's this 3 element of practical psychology's question that I'd like to introduce to you, and I'm going to do it one question a day. So today we'll talk about the first question. And truly, the first question is this question. The first question is, what is stopping you from moving forward? What is holding you from going forward? What is it that is holding you? What is it that you're hanging on, that you're not willing to let go and move forward? Make a guess. Why people are not able to do, they're not able to achieve what they want to achieve, it's because of 4-letter word. And the 4-letter word start with F. Yes, it's fear. F-E-A-R, fear. That's it. Fear is a real thing, right? It can paralyze you, it can cripple you, it can make you stay stagnant, it will stop you. Sometimes it may even kill you internally because of this 4-letter word, fear. And where does this fear come from? Is it visible or is it invisible? Of course, it's invisible. And yes, the language of fear happens when something strikes you. Something from the past could have embarrassed you, could have given you a pain experience that you decided not to take further action. Okay, let's put it simply. Is it fearful in the beginning for me to do a Facebook Live? Yes, it is. Why? Because I'll be thinking at the back of my head, who is watching, what would they say about me? Well, this guy is from Asian, this guy is not clear in what he's saying, he's unsure. Millions of things can be running through my mind because I make it about me. But when I decided to tell myself I'm here to serve, to give, to communicate, to empower, to motivate somebody across the globe who is hearing this right now, when I decided to come from that space and I don't make it more about me, fear disappears. Do you know what I mean? Fear is real. But when you focus on the thing that is right, aligned with your heart, there's no fear. There's no fear. You can overcome it. So fear is the reason why it is stopping you from achieving what you want to achieve. That's stopping you from moving forward. And where did that fear come from? Fear comes from an experience that you have gathered in the past that you decided not to take the action anymore. Fear comes from probably failure. Fear comes from maybe success. Why? Because you're not able to keep up with the standard of success that you want to achieve. Therefore, you decided not to be successful and you just go downwards. So fear can be many reasons. And what does the acronym FEAR stands for? False evident appearing real. Or forget everything and run. Right? It's either you fight against it or you run away from it. But either way, you're going to come back to the same ground. You're going to come back to the fear that you're facing, because the universe will not let you go until you get the lesson. Yeah, they will not let you go. They will be presenting to you again and again and again until you need it, you get it. If your baby is fearful to walk, does it mean that he's going to stop walking? Of course, no. All of a sudden, you see everybody is walking. Of course. Why? It's fearful in the beginning to fall down. But what do? You get up. Most people, when they face fear, they don't take action. As a result, they have less experience. And because they have less experience, they have less ability. And then they have more fear. And this is what I call the fear cycle, going round and round and round around the globe, staying in the same spot, the same zone, experiencing the same kind of fear. And you're comfortable with that because it's the known area. And it becomes the comfort zone and it cripples you. So because you're fearful, you're not taking action, you're not growing, you're dying. So have you seen people, for some of you who are in Europe or in UK right now, you're on the way to work. Now is what, maybe 9 or 8 a.m. somewhere in Europe. You could be in the subway right now, you could be watching this. Just lift up your head and look around you. Just look around you. Do you feel any sense of aliveness in their eyes, in their soul, in their body? Are they mostly on the phone? Yeah? Or are they actually breathing or living? You know what I mean? Or are they like you, listening to audio programs like that? So if you look around you, the environment actually shapes who you are. You're on the way to your office, in the area where you're working. Are these people usually more positive or negative? Are they somebody that you want to hang around with? Are they somebody who you want to share your goals, share your dreams with? Are they somebody who can give you practical information and fire and joy and hope to keep your dream alive? Are they the one that you will go after to share your dreams? I'm not sure. So again, it's very important to know, what's holding you back and what is stopping you. Once you are able to identify that, change will start to happen. Progress will start to happen. Because the first step to change is awareness. Once you're aware of that, steps to change will start to come. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. So, fear is hardwired into every human being. It's wired. So what we want to do is to unwire that. So the first question is, what is holding you? What is stopping you from moving forward? And the answer is fear. And this is what I learned from Tony. Across millions of people that he has coached, trained, mentor, and teach. There's only two primary fears that human beings share. Only two fears. The fear of not enough. The fear of not enough. Therefore, the fear of you're not being loved. The fear of not enough. Therefore, the fear of you won't be loved. Very simple. Yesterday when I was going through that last time when I was going through that tension with my wife, naturally there's a thought that came out. I'm not good enough. I'm not a good enough husband. I'm not a good enough communicator. I'm not a good enough lover. I'm not a good enough giver. It's habitual, But the beautiful thing about this, right, is I know this came out. Right? I know this thing came out. I'm not a good husband, not a good communicator, not a good lover. When it came out, I practically know that I'm actually thinking of all these things And I know that this is not serving me. Because this question came out, and fundamentally because I'm not good enough, therefore I won't be loved by my wife. Can you imagine I'm not good enough, I won't be loved by my wife. And my wife is across the table, you know, ranting her thoughts. You know, the best is just to shut down. Just to shut down. Walk out, walk off, and let the thing neutralize. Yeah, that's the best. So for me, when I'm aware of that, right, and I'm aware I'm not loved, I'm not enough, right, I just hold that space and, okay, be in a beautiful state. Neutralize all this, because all these are just fear to protect me from being hurt. And I want to argue my point across to her, which at that point of time, she cannot take in any more information. She just need to rant and let it out. And that's the way of functioning. And the beautiful part about my wife is this. When she shared out her point of view, when she speak out, after that she's okay. I mean, the next moment I was like, are you okay? Yeah, she's fine. I mean, she let go as fast as she let out. So it's so powerful, and that's her way of releasing. And I get to understand how she, communicate and how she release her tension. Right, it really interests me and fascinates me, because my way of doing things is different from her. Probably that's why we attract to each other. So sometimes I still hold on to it, but because she has already let go, I was holding on to it. It makes me even more frustrated. But when I'm able to get out and just let go and move on, right, things are back in harmony. And don't get me wrong, we love each other to the core. We honor each other so much. But when this type of tension happen, right, sometimes it break away our connection, our love and connection. But when I'm able to dissect and put that aside and come back to the core of why we do what we do, why we love each other, things are back to where it is. Things are back in place. So sometimes these are what we call frequency, these are called tension, pressure that's coming around, the demand. But sometimes you can learn how to control your emotions, you can learn how to control your head. So I have given and getting so much feedback that I'm very emotional. Sometimes my emotion overruns my head. Yeah, I get it. I'm not perfect. And it doesn't serve me in a sense, but it also serves me to take massive action and to do something, because I'm so emotional and so passionate, right? I get to achieve something that I have never achieved before. High income, I get to meet the love of my life, my wife, because I'm so emotional and passionate. I have my kids. You know what I mean? So it works both ways. Yeah. Fear works both ways. It can cripple you or it can fire you up. Either way, it's going to make you to do something. So fear, you must learn how to, as what Tony says, to dance with your fear, right? Because ultimately, when you learn how to dance with your fear, when the fear gets tired of it, when the fear cannot get what the fear wants, man, you develop courage, you develop confidence, you develop faith. And this is an analogy that what Tony says, when he was showing the example of dancing with fear, and this is the principles of Aikido. When the opponent come with fear, when the opponent come with power, you must learn how to dance and divert that away and throw your opponent off the ground and lock your opponent. And that's Aikido, and I've been learning Aikido for the last 20 years. And in fact, before I came here, I was having a meeting with some of the Aikido masters, because we're incorporating some Aikido program and personal development program together, theory and practical. So, this is so amazing. Yeah. And like I said, learn to dance with your fear, learn to understand what is the fear looking for. Right? What is fear looking for? What is it that they want? They want to hold you, they want to stop you, they want to cripple you. But are you going to allow that to happen? No. How? First, you move. Because you got to move away. When you start to move, when you get the tension out, things start to change. Your biochemistry starts to change. So this leads to the second questions that I will want to let you know what the question is, only to be reviewed tomorrow. All right. So the first thing today, again, what's holding you back, what's stopping you from moving forward, and the word is fear. And there's two primary fear of not enough, therefore we are not loved. So these are the two primary fear that every single human being will be facing. whether you believe it or not, yeah, get and test it. Okay. So, yes, question 1 is answered. This is what I want to share with you today. And I want you to go to missiontomastery.com. If you can see from the comment below, my team is typing. I want you to go and click on it. And I want you to know about Tony Robbins. I want you to go and spend some time, probably a couple of minutes, to go and read what will you be expecting and learning from day 1 to day 4. And the price is there. It's very transparent. It's USD 395. And it's a 4 days program. Every day is 12 to 14 hours full on. Probably you need a 1 or 2 break to go and pee and then a quick meal, right? So it's 395 USD. And when you purchase the ticket, you will get this swap bag, which encompasses the breakboard. We will give you a workbook. We're going to give you a Sharpie. There's a welcome note and some short little note stuff, right, where you can use it when Tony is asking you a question. So you'll be getting a swap bag as well, but it's limited quantity. That will cost you at least $5. No, how much? $190, I guess. Yeah, the cost of it. So for me, I felt that this is the opportunity that you must take on, because if you're in Europe watching this right now, it's in Europe timing. I believe it's 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's not. Tony will be doing in US, so he will accustom his time for the Europe side. So for the Asian, if you're watching this, timing in Singapore, timing in Asia, in Malaysia, it will be from 4 p.m. to 5 a.m. Yeah, from 4 p.m. to 5 a.m., which could be a good thing. Why? Because early in the morning, nobody is disturbing you. It's just you and Tony and the computer. You stream in and you focus. So again, wherever you are, for me, it's not allowing time zone, not allowing anything to stop me. If I have to take leave to attend, I'll take leave. If I cannot take leave, you know what? I will take medical certificate. I will take MC, why? Because I want to honor myself, to give myself a gift to attend this program so that my life will change. And when your life will change, who will benefit? The people that you love. Your parents, your kids, your family members, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Yeah, straightforward. They will benefit because of you deciding to become a better person. As a result, you give them better quality of life. So click on the link, go and read up, go and get the ticket. And the beautiful part is this, Tony Robbins program, right? Because it's virtual. So we have clients who bought a ticket and they invite their family members to come to their house and they watch together in a room. Yeah, in a room like that. Yeah. And there are 4 or 5 people sitting on the same room and they're watching the program and they are bouncing, jumping, leaping. And that's more dynamic because it's more powerful. So, 1 ticket, your friends can attend with you. Why not? But if you're those, who prefer to do this on your own, prefer to do this for your personal breakthrough, I suggest you do it alone then. Yeah. And I can tell you this amount that you invest, 395 USD, is going to save you so much time moving forward. Because the tools and strategies that you learn, right, you can compress 20 years into 4 days and you learn it and you can apply it, it will save you time. You'll earn back this money 10, 20, 30 times when you apply the tool correctly. And you know what, 395 USD, my friend, if you're not going to invest in yourself for this seminar, for this education, 395 is going to go somewhere anyway. It will go into your bills, you'll go into a new iPhone 12, I don't know. You'll go into a new gadget, you go into a new apps, whatever. If this money is going to go somewhere anyway and go into you to grow yourself, for your personal growth, for your personal development. And I highly recommend you to do that. So click on missiontomastery.com and get more information. Until then, tomorrow we'll be onto the second question to understand the second element of practical psychology to become a better you. So stay tuned. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care and God bless.